Web Games Wednesday is the only video I feel I can reliably provide on time. I think it's because it's what I dedicate all of my free time at work to do. I also have this new thing that's going to help keep me on track and make sure these videos keep coming. Welcome back to another video here on Mummified Games. I'm Tony, and today we are going to be doing another rundown for Web Games Wednesday. As some of you are aware, this is a series where we're going to be taking a look at 5 web-based video games that you can play anywhere where you're not allowed to install programs. Let's get into it. Life, the Game of Chance by Tim Creef. This game is, as it says in the title, a game about life and chance. The game randomly rolls to see what the start of your life will be like. Once it picks your race, it starts telling you a story about how your life is as that person. During the story, it asks about 3 questions about how you want your life to go. This is the wording from 2 different starting points, generally taking the nice routes, showing what it's like at the last split around question number 3. The first one is this. I'm a black male born in Africa. As a brilliant student, I'm sent to the US for an exchange. After graduation, I'm offered a job in the US, but my family insists that I come back home and to take over the family business. I fly back to my homeland and take care of the family business. Things are going well, so well that many people start to see me as a visionary that could do a lot more for my country. I started a dazzling career in politics and quickly became the youngest to hold a local office in my country. One day, a well-dressed man asked to share a coffee with me. He presented a lot of convincing arguments and asked me to stop supporting a proposal for a new regulation. I was already thinking about not supporting them. At the end of the meeting, he leaves a suitcase full of banknotes behind. Do I take it? This is a cutoff point where the first time I played this game, I said no, and then no one wanted to work with me since I couldn't take a bribe. My integrity precedes me, and people praise me for my incorruptibility. However, I will never be able to make any significant change to my country since others quickly sidelined me for my determination to refuse any bribe. If I did take that bribe, I quickly become one of the most powerful political leaders, but also one of the most corrupted. I even get elected president of my country. However, after an attempt at constitutional reform to stay in office longer, I'll get shot during a violent military coup. Ain't that how it be sometimes? Let's try another life. This is also the part of the game where I muted the tab and just played my own music. I am a female born in Europe. My parents are getting a divorce. Do I want to live with my mother? Yes. My mother is lacking money. She is depressed. Do I work hard in school to make her happier? Yes. I'm the first one in my class during all my schooling. My mother tells me I'm the best. I graduate with a full degree. Do I become a filmmaker? Yes. Sorry, only 7% of filmmakers are women. I have no network and I fail in the field in spite of many years and total dedication. After 30 years of trying to improve, my projects never perform. Journalists mock me and my art, and I never tried again. After the death of my mother, who remained proud of me until the very end, I unalive myself. Woof. Heavy stuff. On the other hand, if I didn't go to film school, finding a job outside the filmmaking industry when I'm a film studies graduate appears to be a real challenge. I settle for a part-time job that only allows me to make both ends meet. I live a long but mediocre life, spending the little money I have at the movies searching for names of my former friends in the credits. Okay, so not the coolest game in the world. Wow, okay, some people want to play games to escape the trials of the real world. They don't need to be reminded of failed dreams and lost promises. But then again, it's sort of what you get when it comes to games called life. You know, that most endings are going to be a bit sad and remorseful. There are a few other races that you can roll into, and there are, in theory, I only showed you 2 of the 8 possible endings of the 2 races I did show. So in total, there should be about 32 endings. Go out and try to find the others. Pretty Puny Planet by Whales and Games. In this one, you are an all-powerful, omnipotent being put in charge of giving a planet different things every 100 years. The These things are sort of in a logical order, some of them not so much though. I think you can give people cooking before crops, or I think you can give people manga before they have fire or crops. So you give the planet a heavenly gift of anime waifus or something else every 100 years. And in that 100 years, something might happen. Hit by a meteor, a fire broke out, a mine could collapse, an ice age, a bunch of different things. And depending on what you give them, it might help them during those troubling times. Like, if you give them fire and then an ice age starts, they can stay in their homes and stay nice and warm. Wait a minute. Wildfires already happen even if you don't give them fire. Wouldn't they just take that fire and go do things with it? I guess what you give them isn't the gift of fire, instead giving them the ability and desire to make fire and do stuff with it. You do all of this to make it as long as you can on the planet before everyone dies due to bad decisions, or they travel off-world and you don't need to pay attention to the planet anymore. And at that time, the planet is graded on its happiness and its wealth. This doesn't mean anything other than in your own way of trying to beat your last run. The fun of the game is trying to last as long as possible, and technically find all the bad things as well. Night in the Storm. You play as a bird. Done. 10 out of 10. Good game. Let's roll on the next one. Plant Daddy by... Okay, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you all about it. You play as a seabird in a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean, and you need to keep the whole thing working until daybreak. At night, there are a couple of different things that can break, and you need to fix them. The light bulb can break, run to the second floor and grab a new bulb, bring it up to the top, and hit Q to fix the light. The horn can break, third floor, fix the machine that runs it. The first floor window might fly open, and you need to close it before the first floor floods. If you don't make it in time, you'll need to restart the generator in the first floor. All the while, there are these ships slowly moving closer to the lighthouse. Get through the night and you win the game. Oh, that's it? That's the game. Like a harder level after that, where there are more things to help keep track of or check on? Nothing? Just play the same game over again, huh? This game was part of a game jam, so it's going to be fairly short, just like that other game Down to Earth. That's honestly all I can say about it. Other than that, I love this bird so much. Okay, now let's talk about Plant Daddy by Brady Soglin. An idle plant grower game? Now this is the perfect game for work. I don't need to look at it all the time. I can just have it playing in the background. So the game gives you a windowsill that you start filling up with little plants. You place a plant in the sun on the window in your space, eventually giving you leaves and needing water. It grows a little, you gather the leaves some more, and now you need to move it to a bigger pot. And then it makes some more leaves and now blossoms. In the game, you're able to buy more plants, furniture, and doodads with the leaves and blossoms you collect, spending some blossoms in return for more plants or shelves. Take some pictures of your plants and fill out the to-do list to earn more blossoms. Holy crap, you can open the window! Pog! Sorry, I'm still playing the game as I'm writing this review. I can do that since the game is so low action. What's also funny is that not all the plants need massive amounts of sun either. There are some that don't want any sun and grow in the dark. And then there's a study that lets you look at the plants and see what's going on with them. Either they have a special trait or a fun color. Using the nursery, you can send your friends plants that you grew or receive ones that they grew. The only downside is that some of the plants clip through the side of the pots that they're put in. This game is great. I'm glad that I found something that I can put on at work and get great natural sounds while stuck inside without a window or anything. Pumpkin by Sophie Holden. Shut up. This intro song goes hard. At this point, I haven't even played the game. I just wanted to put this down, that way I don't forget to tell you about it. It's so crunchy and bassy. Just a thumper, you know? Okay, I'm gonna go play the game now for real. I'll be back in a second. What a cute little platformer. This game is about getting as far as possible, playing as a pumpkin dude, jumping on Skellymans, witches, and bats. Not the ghost, though. You pick up coins trying to get as far as you can in the game with the highest score. No leaderboards, so you can't track your score. Just know where you are in relation to your last run. Everything was going fine until I made it to a pit that was deeper than my jump height. I thought that everything was over at this point, but surely the developer wouldn't put an inescapable problem this soon in the game, right? Well, what's great about it is that there's a fun little slime creature at the bottom of this, and turns out if you hold jump while landing on the slime, you do a bigger jump to get out of the pit. That's a learning moment for sure. The game was getting hard about 10 minutes into the game, and I went from 5 lives to game over in a section filled with spikes. Cool, bud. I love it. That section sucks. This game feels so good to play. The classic platformer that gives good nostalgic feel. Haha! That's 5 more games. That's an amount of games that are done and out of the way. What do you all think about these games? Again, did you play them? I know someone out there has played these games. I know you're out there somewhere. If you haven't played these games, why are you keeping your secrets from me? Tell me the games which you hoard deep in your cavern of greed and knowledge. You hide your game like a squirrel hides nut. In the meantime, I added the 5 games I'm going to play for Web Game 6, and it's dawning on me just how many of these games I need to go through. It's never ending. I know at this point I have 10 more videos after this one I can make about these Webby games. My math could be wrong, but I think I should be running out around November 9th of this year. But that's another day to worry about. Now it's the time for you all to do the YouTube dance. Like, sub, hit the bell, comment your thoughts, share, and tell someone you know about these videos. It all helps a lot. And as always, friends, keep digging. We'll make it out sometime. See you in the next one.